Hello everyone, welcome to this really interesting video on Google Summer of Code by Simplilearn. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the Simplilearn channel for exciting tech videos. So do you want to work on open source projects, contribute to it and become good developers at top-notch companies? Then here is your chance to work with the best open source companies such as About Code, Apache, Eclipse, Catrobat, CloudCV and hundreds of other companies through Google Summer of Code. So what really is Google Summer of Code? Google Summer of Code is an online global program that allows university students to participate in open source software development projects. It's a mentorship program that helps students and individuals interested in programming to work on real open source projects with a mentor's guidance. So if you want to get into open source but don't know where to start, then Google Summer of Code is the right place for you. Now let's look at some of the stats about Google Summer of Code. So Google Summer of Code was first held from May 2005 to August 2005. So it's been 17 years since Google Summer of Code has been active. Now in Google Summer of Code's first year, there were a total of 40 projects and 400 students had participated. By the end of the 17th Google Summer of Code in 2021, there have been over 18,000 contributors from 112 countries. More than 17,000 mentors have helped the students with open source projects and over 40 million lines of codes have been submitted. Most of the organizations that have participated in the last 17 years tell that the Google program has helped them find new community members and active committers. Now let's understand the benefits of the Google Summer of Code program. So this program will help you enhance your software development skills and you will get ample exposure to open source projects. You will also get the opportunity to interact with top developers and learn a lot from them. You will also learn new tools and techniques while working on the projects. Now the experience and recommendation from the program you will get will help you find better job opportunities. You will also get a certificate after you complete this program. And finally, you will also get a healthy stipend too. Now moving ahead, we'll talk about the eligibility of the program. So interested individuals must be at least 18 years of age when they register. You must be eligible to work in the country you will reside in during the program. And you should be an open source beginner. You should not have been accepted as a student in Google Summer of Code more than once. Only Google Summer of Code students from 2020 or 2021 are eligible to apply for a second time in 2022. Now, you also should not be an organization administrator or mentor in the program. So these are few of the program eligibility criteria. Now there are a few other criteria for participating mentor organizations as well. So you must be a group running an active open source software project. The project does not need to be legally incorporated entity. Now the interested organizations must have already produced and released software under an open source initiative approved license. They also need to have a minimum of 2 contributors to serve as organization administrators or mentors for the Google Summer of Code program in order to participate. Now let me show you the mentor organizations that participated in 2021. So here you can see we have the 2021 program organizations that participated in the Google Summer of Code program. So here you can see there are hundreds of open source organizations that participated. There's About Code, we have Accord Project. If I scroll down, we have Cassbean, there's Cashstar. These are all open source organizations. We also have Continuous Delivery Foundation. If I scroll down, we have the Django Software Foundation. Let me just search for Python. You can see here we have a few companies that use Python specifically for their projects. We also have the Python Software Foundation. Let me search for CERN. You see here we have the CERN HSF, the umbrella organization for particle physics related projects, so particle high energy projects. Alright, if I scroll down, you can see the rest of the organizations or the companies that participated in GSOC 2021. Alright. Now let me also show you the FAQ page that has most of the questions answered about the Google Summer of Code program. So here you can see the frequently asked questions about the Google Summer of Code program. There are over 40 questions, at least 30 to 40 questions answered about the program. The link of this page is in the description of the video. You can click on the link and come to this page, and it will solve the queries that you have. Alright. Now moving ahead, we will understand how the Google Summer of Code process works. So when the dates are announced for the program, open source software projects apply to be mentor organization. After that, based on the criteria that we discussed before, Google selects the organizations to participate. Next, once the list of organizations is out, interested students and individuals can now choose the organization in which they want to contribute. So if you are skilled as a Python developer, or if you want to work on Python, then you should look for organizations that work on web development or use Python for their projects. You also need to do research about any organization before choosing it. You can look at the organization that were part of Google Summer of Code in the past few years, because a lot of the organizations take part in almost every program. So it's good to know your organization and mentors beforehand. After that, you need to select a project of that organization you want to work on. The organizations put out a number of projects that need to be built by the participants. So you can choose any project based on your skills. Try to understand the code of the project, because in most of the cases you will work on some existing project. So if you don't understand the code, then take help from the mentors of the project. You need to do all kinds of research, since this is the project that you are going to work on for the next 3 months. Now once you are done choosing the project, then you have to prepare a proposal for the project. Now in the proposal, you need to write the introduction of the project, goals of the project, its implementation steps, timeline, deliverables, and the benefits to the open source community. So please try to submit the proposal at the earliest. Now let me show you how you can choose projects from mentoring organizations. So let's say you want to work with CERN HSF, which is one of the world's largest centers for scientific research on high energy physics. So you can just Google search CERN HSF GitHub, and if you click on the first link, here you can see the repository for HEP Software Foundation, and here you can see the overview of their GitHub repository. Now if I go to repositories, you can see the kinds of projects that they work on. So you can pick any project of your choice and work on it and submit the proposal. Alright. Now the mentor organizations will choose the students that they want to consider. Next, a mentor will be assigned to you to help you with the project. Finally, students work on their projects with mentors' guidance for 12 weeks. Now, let's see how the evaluation process works at Google Summer of Code program. So students need to pass a midterm and a final evaluation. Your project will be evaluated twice, starting at the midpoint of the program and at the end of the program after you submit the final work. Students who pass each evaluation are paid a stipend for their work. This stipend varies for each country. In India, the stipend amount is $1,500 for medium-sized projects and $3,000 for large-scale projects. And in the United States, it is $3,000 for medium-sized projects and $6,000 for large-sized projects. And in the end, students submit the code that they have written for their project, and the organizations make it publicly available for everyone to get access and use it. Also, the mentor organizations in good standing also receive $500 for every accepted student at the end of the program. So this is irrespective of whether the student passes or fails. Now there have been a few significant changes for the Google Summer of Code program for 2022. If I scroll down, you can see they have expanded the eligibility criteria. So now the program will no longer be focused on university students or recent graduates. Anyone who is 18 years and older with any career changes or returning to workforce can participate in this program, since Google wants to encourage many students to participate. And there have been a few changes on the sizes of the projects. So Google has decided to support both medium-sized projects and large projects. So medium-sized projects will be nearly 175 hours and large-sized projects will be 350 hours approximately in 2022. And there have been increased flexibility for the timing of the projects. So in 2022 it will no longer be a mandatory 12-week program. So if you want to extend the deadline, you can extend it up to 22 weeks. Now here is the link for the Google Summer of Code 2022 timeline. The dates are yet to be announced. We'll put the link of this page in the description so that you can have a track of when the program starts. Alright, so that brings us to the end of this video tutorial on Google Summer of Code by Simplilearn. If you have any queries, please feel free to put them in the comment section of the video.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.